Hello, my name is Margo and I'm a Community Outreach Coordinator for Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin. And I'm here today to talk to you about talking to your children about sexual health, or having the talk with your children. So why are we here? We're here to discuss ideas on how we can open up communication between ourselves and our children. We're here to learn about the importance of having conversations about sexual health, and we're also here to become more comfortable with having these discussions. So first I want to talk about some things that parents can do to help open up communication with their children. The first thing to remember is that the earlier you start having these conversations, the better. The earlier in families a program is delivered, the greater the chance that it will be effective. Programs that work with parents of young children can help parents and children avoid later negative outcomes. It's also important to take interactive approaches, such as role-playing, encouraging parents to practice their skills with their children, and helping participants to become comfortable as well. It's important for parents to talk to their children often and repeatedly about the importance of sexual health. Frequent and sustained contact with parents has been shown to be very, very important to successful programs. It's also critical to intervene at important periods in life when children are asking questions about body parts, puberty, dating, entering high school, etc. These periods of transition are times when interventions are the most effective, and parent education programs have the ability to be of the utmost impact. And even though thinking about talking about sexual health with your child might create a lot of anxiety, it's really, really important to not panic and to create an open environment. It's also really important to communicate positive messages about sexual and reproductive health. Creating stigma and negativity around sexual health issues only serves to create more anxiety and shut down any conversation that might have taken place. It's also important that parents and children are patient. It may take more than one conversation or attempt for you or your child to become comfortable communicating about these issues. We believe that if you take some of these steps, it can lead to increased parent-child communication and discussions of values and healthy decision-making, which is something most parents want for their kids. Some important things to remember along the way. Information does not encourage kids to be sexually active. Young people make better decisions about sex when they have all the information they need in order to make those decisions in an informed way. Understanding sexuality helps kids to cope with their feelings and peer pressure. It also helps protect kids from abuse because they are better able to understand what it is. The last very important thing to remember is that home can be the most meaningful place to learn about sexuality and reproductive health. Research has shown that kids are and will continue to be their kids' #1 sexuality educators. So you might be asking yourself, what if I'm really uncomfortable having these conversations? The fact is that most of us feel that way, and that's not at all surprising. You can start to open up to your child by acknowledging that you're uncomfortable. And you can do this by saying something like, having this conversation with you is hard for me and makes me feel really uncomfortable, but I want you to have this information and to know that you can come to me. I want you to have someone to discuss these things with. It's important that you are open and available whenever your child wants to talk. Your child needs to know that you are there for them, and this is critically important in building trust. Lastly, the thing that kids really want to know the most is that they're normal. And we can help them understand that it is normal to develop at different rates and for everyone to be different. So the graph I'm showing you right now is a graph of the number of STIs per year in Winnebago County. And as you can see, between the years of 2007 and 2012, these rates have gone steadily up. And it's important to remember that with communication, we can start to bring some of these rates back down. So that's part of the reason about why having these conversations are so critically important. You can also see by this chart that the age groups that receive most new infections are 15 to 19-year-olds and 20 to 24-year-olds. So this shows us that teenagers and young adults really do need this information. And again, that it's so important for us to have these conversations and to do what we can to bring these rates down. So this chart shows the 2013 Winnebago County percent of students having sexual intercourse for the first time by grade. And as you can see, this shows 6th through 12th grade, and with each consecutive grade, the number of students who have had sex for the first time increases, as you might expect, until we get to about 12th grade. And by that time, well over half of teenagers have been sexually active. Another indicator that youth really need this information. So why do we need to have these conversations? We want to prevent these teen pregnancies and these high STI rates to allow our teenagers and young adults to reach their full potential. And we believe that parent-child communication can be a tool in doing this. So in addition to nearly the 60% of students that have engaged in sexual intercourse by grade 12, which I mentioned, only 23% admitted to using a condom the last time they had sexual intercourse. Only 12.1% used some type of birth control to prevent pregnancy, and only 17% used condoms to prevent pregnancy. And we want the rate of young people engaging in these protective behaviors to be much higher. I want to be sure that you all are aware of some community resources that exist to help you have these conversations with your child. So as I mentioned, I'm from Planned Parenthood, and we have a wide variety of brochures that can be of assistance to you specifically about how to talk to your child about sexual and reproductive health. The Winnebago County Health Department is also a really great resource. They have an STI brochure, and they also have a Health Department Community Resource Guide, which can really be helpful in connecting you with some other community resources that can help you. So the message I want to leave you with today is that your children need you. They need your expertise, they need your experience, they need your observations, they need your perspective, they need your insight, they need your values, and they need your education. Thank you.